We did it. We landed. Yay.
Girl.
I know.
Look. The hardest part about this is waiting for that light to go red. Like, because I be like, is my face right? Am I good? Is my eyes closed? Can you see me? Okay, you can see me.
Am I acting right? But I know you don't ever wonder if you're acting right. You right. You right. So how you doing, best friend?
I am great, best friend. It's been a trying week, but we are here by the grace of God.
We made it. Ooh, I must agree. It's been a trying time. I don't even know when the time started, but it's still going on, and it's still trying me.
They may not come for you. Tell them to come see me. You see her, you see me. You see me, you see her. What you want? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little loud. Okay, I'm back.
You took me straight to Brooklyn.
Don't tell people. They think I'm a Southern belle.
Ring, ring, ring. So, well, y'all see it. It's the Excursion Edition. So we have a little treat for y'all tonight. For those of you who don't know, we have a guest.
It's amazing. It's new. It's improved. It's Poetic Divas 2021.
Yeah. Now, do you want to pour our glass before we bring our guest on? So we can be ready to sip and partake?
Yep.
I get
In case y'all forgot who I was.
empty.
Oh shit. It's water. I washed it.
It's okay. I dried mine out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm pouring off screen because we're not sponsored yet. But I'm gonna claim that 2021 we're gonna be sponsored.
Yep. All you see is the tip of this bottle.
We're gonna have a whole wine line for the Poetic Divas. It's gonna be amazing.
Ooh, this is okay, yep. I'm at my name. I ain't making it full. Ooh.
I'm at my name. I got bubbly. I got champagne because it's a special night. Like it's a special week. Okay.
So we are equally yoked.
We always equally yoked. And for y'all who don't know about equally yoked, go to Bible study.
Get your life right. So, well, we'll talk about the polls in a minute. But everyone, we present to you Miss Naja Naja.
Yes, Excursion Edition.
Hey, what it is?
Hey.
What it is, what it do, what it bees.
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Well, you're looking fabulous.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Fresh twist.
Yes.
Makeup popping.
All black everything.
You see, y'all got my black on. Hey.
Yes. I had to give a little color. A little blingity bling, Yes.
Give it to him again, girl.
Had to give it.
Give him face.
Had to serve the in the yes, because it's real out here.
Yes.
I know. I'm trying to be grown out here in these streets, because we're drinking wine and we're judging people.
Now glasses are sexy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And like you have to have glasses that have instructions on exactly what you're doing and like
right. Look, are we gonna jump into that instructional notes for these dudes out here?
Oh.
I have no problems sharing words that need to be said, how they need to be said. We're gonna call things. Some of them are acting quite.
Okay, so
childish.
We do a couple of polls in between the times that we meet here on the show. And we want you to weigh in on our polls.
Yeah. Oh my.
It's gonna be good. Get it, best friend.
Okay. So the first poll that you have to weigh in on is, do you rely heavily on first impressions?
I'll have to say that unfortunately, due to as a child reading a lot of books, I understood sociology and human behavior very young age. So, and also just being in tune with things that I probably wasn't supposed to, you know, as a person, just understanding people's actual energy. So like there's the first impression and then there's what I feel and what I see beyond. So it's very unfortunate because a lot of people don't like to be close to me because I know too much. And I share too much. So like there's your first impression, which you want me to see or you want other people to see, and then there's what I've come to understand. Like I think, what was it? We're in a group together. We're in a Facebook group together, and I think I put comments in somebody like on somebody's picture, and I was like, "You blah 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 before, haven't you?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "You've done it at least 3 times, but it could have been 5, but you had some other stuff go on and interrupted your situation to be able to do that successfully." He was like, "Yo, that's like," he inboxed me. He was like, "What the hell is wrong?" He was like, "What?" Like he was like, my faith doesn't really allow me to believe in this stuff, but at the same time, it does. He was like, what's with your sight, sis? What's with your sight? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I know, but I don't know. There's not I can't explain it, but I have an idea. Like it's just like I just stare at you long enough, just see everything behind whatever's there. Like. I'm like, I be asking people, don't you see it? And people be like, what? I'm like, you don't see like all of the, okay, never mind.
Well, that's a very special gift.
It's a pain in the butt because you don't get to make as many friends as you want to.
We really want a lot of new friends. We want good friends. We want quality over quantity.
Yeah, some folks aren't ready to deal with me. Like they have to take a couple of encounters like in order to deal with me appropriately. Like, because first they'll be like, no, because like trust me, like some of my people who know me be like, yo, if I don't want to hear the truth, I can't come sit next to you. Like,
whoa.
If I don't want to, like, some people I see people who know me who will avoid me.
Oh,
they'll avoid me.
So
they'll be like, no.
Wow, so they really not trying to live in their truth.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm used to like keeping my own company. You guys will see me out, people know me and we're good, but you'll see me like keep my own company. Hard body, keep my own company. And it's not that I don't like other people. Stop it.
All the time, like, and she's extremely Southern.
Yeah,
I can talk to anybody.
This is true. Yeah, I can talk to just about anybody, like, but sometimes small talk will work my nerves, especially if like if the person's avoiding something.
Right.
And it's all in they being. I'd be like, come on now. Like, we supposed to be talking about some stuff and you ain't
really be talking like
it's like, you ever see that Tide Pink commercial with a little stain talk every time the person talk? Like the little stain on the dude's shirt be talking every time you be trying to talk. So like the person be like, well, yes, I've been doing this for something in the same way. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Like it
be see.
That's like, and like the whole thing is like you try to have a real regular conversation with me, but your mess be like blah 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 blah.
Right, like maybe I should point your mess out so you can clean it up and we can talk.
Yeah, and that's why my clap back and my smooth like segue be like oh shit, like. I'm like, yeah, because you're not helping. You're not helping.
No.
I can't, like, I was like, they be like, damn, Naja. I was like, I'm sorry, it just hurt too much to not talk about it. It hurt.
Like we all can't be ignorant and blissfully ignorant about our mess.
Yeah, it's just I was like, it hurt too much to not say nothing. It was starting to hurt. It was starting to hurt. And I don't like you enough like that to hurt like that for you. So I just
I'm gonna have to take a sip on that.
Yeah, like I don't like you enough like that. And Lord knows you wouldn't do the same for me. So like, let me just go ahead and just let's call things. And
The thing.
So,
All
yeah, because I feel like it's my duty to at least tell you, like, somebody, you can't be like, oh, no one didn't say, oh, no, the fuck I did.
Right. It won't be on your conscience.
I did. I did what I did what I was supposed to do here. At least what I think I'm here to do. I don't know.
And you know that's a daily process trying to figure that part out. So
yeah, that's why I also like I don't have friends at work too. So
ooh, you know what? We're gonna discuss that. Maybe
yeah,
some
like
offline. That's a whole thing.
like people only call me to actually get shit done. Like that's the only reason why anybody calls.
Right.
And even then, I'll call people out on their ulterior motive. Like, oh, so you can do that yourself, huh? Okay.
See, okay, and then it's the politics thing. Okay, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it.
Look, and this is why we're friends, because I appreciate someone that says the truth and don't be saying some bullshit, and then I'll be thinking that shit is true, but I still look at everybody sideways, so don't mind me.
It's okay. I've fallen into some things where I just had some like moments where like I just had like a coworker really like try and drag me on their own way out the door because they ain't God good for covering me and keeping me. But but I just like watched that shit like play out, and I was like, there was so much stuff that went on that I didn't even know about. That I was like, oh, look at God. I was like, I'm thinking like, I was like, yo, I'm about to be out of a job, and then like it's like, no, you weren't, because trust me, somebody else saw that foolishness. You just did, just because you didn't see it. Like I was like, you know what, you're right. Because if one person sees it, at least 3 other people do too. So lucky for me, like I caught it on the back end. I was the 3rd person. I wasn't the first person that saw it. So I was like, oh, okay.
And sometimes that's for the best.
It is, because like when it when it did come to be revealed, I had no issues speaking on it to that person directly. You know, because she wanted to play like, oh, well, I was protecting. I was like, you weren't looking out for shit. Okay, let's call it what this is. You weren't looking out for a goddamn thing. And, you know, in my mind, I really wanted to go in on it, like, and that's why your ass is out right now. But, you know, it's just, you know, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, I had to tuck it. And I was like, you know what? Let me not get too haughty with this covering and this blessing.
Right.
Since you weren't looking out for me, and you almost had me fucked up out here. Like you're gonna go and leave with your pension, boo. And for whatever reason, you wanted to cut up for whatever reason. But you know, live your best life, sis. It was just like, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't know about you, but if I'm doing like 40 plus years of work, I'm gonna leave everybody in a good space. Like everybody operating from their trauma. You want everybody to struggle like you struggle for what? You do what? To help you with what? So what does that mean? What is like? So you literally are operating from a traumatic ass place. You sat up here and worked for this damn government for like 40 plus years. So you want everybody else to struggle like you struggle. Really, you learned nothing. You've learned nothing. You just want to like prove that you validated, honey. Your pension check that you get from here to you croak will do that for you. Like what else? These folks ain't worried about nothing else. At the very best, you can, you know, you would want to have your people go through less struggle that are coming through now. Why?
Right.
You ain't no better than the folks that jerked your chain when you started. Congratulations. Right. Congratulations. You become one of them. Like what is that?
Help. Right. So afraid to help each other.
Exactly. I'm like, you know, I hope you unpack that, you know, in your therapist's chair, like whatever. I don't know.
No, they won't, because they don't believe in therapy.
Okay.
They don't believe in bettering yourself, self-care, any of that. They believe like what was done to me, I'm going to do to the next person because that's just how it works. No, that's how you
certain things that works. You know, because there's certain lessons that you need to learn, but it's like, well, no, like, and part of me is like, I remember she talked about like certain people like didn't like her when she was working on like these are the reasons, not the other stuff that you thought it was. This right here. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Too much drama. Like I said, I work in politics, and I mean, like, when I'm telling you, like, news, like my job, newsworthy, like in the news regularly. Like I come home and my stepdad is like, "What the fuck is going on at church?" Like that's news. Like seriously, like I'm like, oh, like I'm close, close, like so close. Like before the pandemic, my supervisor said that's why like I had to get the makeup and the hair and stuff together because you know normally I'd be running around here rough around the edges. Because she was like, yeah, you can. She was like, press be here regularly. She was like, keep the makeup nearby. At the very least, keep a good lip color nearby, keep a blazer nearby, because at any given time you might be in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
stay ready to keep them getting ready.
And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm struggling. I need help. So I had to like go to YouTube University.
Oh, graduate. Summa cum laude.
I mean, I'm cum laude. Cum laude. I still got like a year left of hours. But it's looking very promising, as we can see. You know, hair tutorials and makeup tutorials. Like we're doing okay.
We're doing it.
I'm not sure if I can get to grad school yet. I'm debating.
Well, you know, I'll reference for you just in case.
Thank you. I need, you know, I need some help with those things. So we're working on it. Should I want to go back on tour as far as poetry is concerned? We ready? We ready? I'm ready to go.
Hold it. Audience, people poet.
Right. And after we run through these comments, because we have quite a few comments.
I'm sorry.
That's our second poll. And then Naj, I want you to tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do in your creative realm.
Oh my.
Yes. Okay, so comments. Candace says, hey queens. Hello, Candace. Sonia says, greetings, beautiful queens. Hello, Sonia. Ed says, first impressions make or break second impressions. Amen and preach. Sonia said, reading people is a gift. Yes, it is. Andre Reed said, hey, ladies. Adrian Charleston says, hey. Debritta said, hey, y'all.
Hey!
And
that's my sis right there.
Elliot has a whole paragraph, so let me read.
Of course, you know, who are we talking about again?
Quite scholarly as he is.
Who are we talking about again? He's pretty much like Morgan Freeman and God and James Earl Jones got together and had a baby, and it's his voice now.
Okay. So
He's gonna fight me. He's gonna fight me. Who are you gonna fight me?
You gonna get beat up. Elliot said, depends on the situation in which I meet the person. If the first impression is in a place where they are not authentic, then I may give it time for the real first impression to appear. If it is unguarded and authentic, and in parentheses, he has good, bad, or indifferent, I listen to what the spirit says. I like that. Let that marinate in y'all spirit. Okay. Sonia also said first impressions are lasting. Believe when they show you. It's hard to fake long. I agree. Latoya said, hey, ladies. Hey, Latoya. Yes. So, okay. Second poll.
Okay, so the results, I'm glad you answered our poll, but the majority of people who commented, and then those that just look, because I see y'all still looking. I'm just
right. The lurkers.
Okay, so
you see you over here like,
right. Like, don't be afraid, press the button. You press the button on Amazon, why can't you press the button on my poll? But I'm sorry. So that was a 50-50 poll. 50% agreed, 50% said no. So
interesting.
Right.
Very interesting.
Right. So the second poll was a little juicy, a little sensual, a little okay.
Okay. That's what that was. Okay.
So maintenance sex is the thing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. 83% agree with you. 17% said no.
Maintenance sex is important because I'm gonna be honest with you. I recently went out of town to have a diagnostic and master reset.
You had to get recalibrated.
I had to get a master reset because my whole energy was jacked up, and I was about to like just be like, "Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave. Oh, Earth is ghetto." Like that was where I really was so tired of everybody. I was so tired of everybody. And I'm just like, I got 5 on fuel if you need it from me. I was ready to like just give up. So I had to find someone who just calms me very much so. And I had to, that's where I was in Charleston. And so,
Yep, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this story one day. I'm gonna get
I mean, you know, I'm just here sipping.
so I had to go and get a master reset by somebody who was at peace with themselves as a person, and is at peace with themselves, and enjoys my company and will allow me to just be myself. So it was just a wonderful time and I hadn't been to Charleston before, so it was great to just spend the weekend with him. And yeah, he master reset all that shit.
Yes.
So is there anything more from that? No, but he definitely just takes care of me. It lets me be me, which is a very goofy Aggie person.
Oh.
And so he deals with my goofy Aggie self, and he makes me laugh, and I make him laugh, and I'm just taken care of. I don't have to do or be anything.
Right, girl.
Yeah, it was worth the flight. It was worth the flight.
Let me jump in. Tag me. But
like it was worth the flight. It was worth the flight. Like there's a select handful of people who know specifically who this person is. Jamal St. John is one of them. He got me real good. He was like, "Hey, what you doing?" Like he saw the pictures I was in Charleston. He was like, "Hey."
See?
I was like, "Hey." He was like, "You know, I know some folks out there." I was like, he was like, "So what you doing?"
I mean,
I sent a picture of the person and myself, and I was like, nothing. Like, business. I know. It was like he already knew, but he was just like, because this has been going on for like a few years. This has been going on for a few years. So like he was like, it's about time you got your ass down there. Okay.
Oh.
I was like, leave me alone. So I master reset myself, and I'm able to deal with the male populace peacefully again, without wanting to just on site. So I'm good, and the world is safe for now. And so maintenance is important. You need to find that person that will let you be your most authentic self and master reset your pussy. So there you master reset. Just get rid of all the bad text messages, all the stuff that was saved in the phone that shouldn't be. Just go ahead and just wipe that motherfucking SIM card clean. Just go ahead. Fine. Yeah.
Just some update. Oh yeah, update this whole.
Do some updates. Do some updates and a master reset. Just find out. Somebody that breached some security. Just patch that shit back fuck up. Like it's fine. Like you ain't even gotta keep them. Like y'all ain't in a relationship. It has to happen. Like it's not that big of a deal. Right. But they value you as you are. You value and respect them as they are. You're not trying to put a square peg in a round hole. You are just, they
can find a hole.
It can find a hole. And I mean, trust me, there was a lot of fun things. And so, but you just feel you don't feel obligated or pressured or expectant or anything of that. You are, treasured and valued and yeah. And so right. It is great. Sometimes you just want, you want to have your humanity and your femininity valued and appreciated appropriately.
That part.
Amen. Yes. Amen. I wonder if he's actually looking at this thing right now. I'm sure he's probably
we got comments popping off like they up on
this. All right, y'all real. I know
Debrita said there's a poll. I didn't even see it. So yes, we always have a poll. We do 2
every
polls,
Wednesday.
And we have it on our Facebook stories and on the Poetic Divas Facebook stories. So make sure you follow us so you don't miss it.
Every Wednesday we get vote.
I'll be hitting the poll I'll be like, bing.
Yep, that's all you got to do. Press the button. So you can be part of the conversation and comments and stuff.
Yes. And Sonia said all sex is maintenance. Now sometimes
not all of it.
No. Some we're gonna get back to that.
No.
And Debrita said master reset. Hell yeah.
Master reset, sis. I was in Charleston getting master reset.
That shit starts skipping. It ain't working right. Like you can't.
The app starts slowing up, and they automatically shut themselves down. Like it's just a mess. Like you
look. Okay, we finish the comments, then we're gonna jump back in because
finish the comments, please.
Okay. And Sonya said, you better learn some self-maintenance. I mean, well, self-maintenance is good too, but sometimes you need the complete package.
You need a diagnostic done. You need a diagnostic done.
You gotta go to the shop sometime.
Yeah. Somebody who ain't got really nothing to gain or lose by, being there for you. Like that's the real thing.
And they don't put expectations on it, and they don't switch up on you. They don't start out without expectations and then manufacture them later.
Right.
Like it was like, dude, what do you want? Like, is there snacks that you want? Like, mind you, we don't have the same diet. We don't have the same diet. Okay. Like he eats much cleaner than me. But guess what? But guess what was there?
That's a requirement for maintenance sex. You have to have that person that knows you, that doesn't judge you, and like, oh, you coming here for this week? Okay, we're gonna do that, but I'm gonna also take care of everything else that you need. That's the key to maintenance sex. It's not just like I'm gonna have a one night stand, but maintenance sex person knows you. They know your quirks. They know your likes, your dislikes. They know how to hit your B spot. It's levels. You have to be an OG to get maintenance sex.
Yeah, I made some noises I'm not proud of. It's just because I had to get some stress up off me. You heard? Like there was some like horrible things in the cookies and in the files and shit. Like we had to get all that shit out. It all had to go.
Your shit virginal now.
Yeah, it's brand new. Brand new. It's just like
your cherry done grew back.
Yep. Like okay, well, actually, it's it's not this anymore. It's back to it. Yeah. Like and I've had some other upgrades. So like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like I was already in this direction. So he just needed this final overhaul, this last little overhaul here.
Okay.
And so it was just like, I can't get in trouble right now. I went and got an IUD. I'm protected from all weapons of mass destruction until the fall of 2025. I don't have to do anything else. Just
crazy. Won't he do it?
Yes. Won't he? Won't this good? Like, come on, like I said, I got this dope ass city job, get these damn medical benefits. You think I can use these? Yes, all of it. I'm good.
All of
them. Okay. Yes, and I can face the world again without, possibly shooting people.
Girl, look, it gets so hard for the type of women that we are. We do a lot, we go a lot, we give a lot. So sometimes we need to receive. And then you have these triple OG maintenance sex people that allow us to receive the world.
Oh, geez. Like dude ain't got nothing to prove to no goddamn body. Ain't got nothing to prove to nobody, and just took care of me and wasn't bothered one way or the other. Like we talking feet rubbing, we talking about the snacks, we gonna talk about like it's straight leave the door open vibes. Like what you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans? Oh, don't say that. Like he's just like he's like, what you? If you hungry, I got fillets. What you need?
Right.
What do you? And I had to do nothing. Nothing.
Just be yourself.
So, I have a question,
ma'am.
What happens when and if that maintenance sex person starts to feel more like home?
Well, first and foremost, they're already home. But what kind of home are we building? Like, are we being together? Is this
a desire for something more permanent?
Oh, Naja, that's your question.
Oh shit! Damn! Damn! Like you just
she didn't have to throw you out there like that.
Negroes,
threw you out.
Damn, Negroes.
Oh my God. She had to do you like that. Oh wait,
she really did.
I'll let you marinate. I got a couple of comments.
Please. God.
Sonya said, I'm
You supposed
old.
to be the same zodiac, bitch. You just gonna leave me like that?
She did you
Bullshit.
I'm a cuss baby. I go either or, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Trust issues. See, my mom's one too. That's that shit.
Okay, Cuspy. All right. Sonya said, I'm old. My appetite has changed. And I think that's when we were talking more about the need for the maintenance sex versus the self-maintenance.
Right.
And Elliot said, how do women prepare and cater to men for maintenance sex? And Courtney said, hey, ladies.
Hey, look.
Like, as far as I got, like, so is it like, how do women prepare for men? Like, are we maintaining men, or is it more so women being maintained by men? Is that's the, I need the clarification of what
we gotta unpack both of those because we didn't have any clarification.
I'm gonna read it one more time, and then you're still watching. Feel free to expound on your question. But he says, how do women prepare and cater to men for maintenance sex?
Okay. So this basically means he's asking, what do women do to
prepare to be maintenance?
What do women do to prepare to be maintenance or to maintenance someone else?
I feel like, okay, this is what I feel. I feel like it's we prepare for the maintenance sex as if it's, you know, we know, like we try to cater to the men that we're going there for maintenance sex. So we try to make sure, okay, he likes this, I'm going to do this, you know, but it's not pressured. Like oftentimes when dating and, you know, sleeping with people, it's a pressure or expectation that we have to meet a certain look or be a certain person around that. But with your maintenance sex, they already know you. So you really, it's not pressure.
No airs to put up. I think for women to maintenance a dude, it's really like a natural thing. Like we are inherently taught to facilitate and to nurture, so it's a natural thing for us to be anticipating a need or specific needs, like the detail things. You know, the love is in the details. The devil's there too. But anyway,
that's true.
But you know, we naturally facilitate, like we're already in a place of studying someone because we're supposed to be facilitating for them. So we already know what they need. It's without asking, it's without those things. So maintaining a man is like Tuesday. So that's all I can really like. It's Tuesday. For men, I have no idea what their brain is, but I know for me to prepare to be maintenance.
He has given us more data.
Well, like I said, his diet is different, so my habits we're not the same. So like I have to stop smoking. I have to spend like days not smoking. I have to spend days like not eating the processed stuff. Like I have to like detox for real in order to be properly.
You don't need to be trying to smoke now. Okay.
Oh hush. Anywho, you're short and you're tiny. I don't care.
Look, Elliot has more commentary.
Okay.
How do women, knowing a maintenance sex session is going to happen, what do y'all prepare to be maintenance or to be maintenance? Like you expect or deserve the food choices, chill vibe, great orgasm, etc. How do women prepare?
I prepared.
Basically how you just said.
I and also energy wise, I have to watch my energy. Like I have to like anything, like I can't come stressed. Because there's been a few times like the first time I actually dealt with a maintenance situation with this person, I was so blocked in so many ways. I was so stressed. I was so awkward. I was so, awkward in my body, awkward in my space, awkward in my, my whole head space. And I didn't even realize what was happening until like maybe like the second or third time around. I'm like, oh, it kind of like, oh shit, like what happened? So like I had to, there was no holding back energy wise in inner, like I can't like hold some stuff and keep it over. Like I had to have myself in order.
Because the person is able to feel that.
Oh, and he's very much a spiritually in tune person. Like he's worse than me.
Okay.
He's worse than me. Like much worse than me.
And see, that goes back to the question that I asked a little while ago. So when you have this maintenance person and you find yourself so connected and comfortable, do you often wonder or question, why is this not an actual thing? Why is it just maintenance?
I see what you did there.
Why are we not evolving
Why are
into?
you closing in on the camera, Nakita? God
I'm
damn.
just asking questions.
Please.
I'm curious. Like what happens?
Like, why was it just maintenance, right? Like, why
Right.
did
It was
you
distance, primarily distance. That's one. Two.
'Cause we could relocate.
Ma'am, please. I just
right?
we the differences that we respect are still very present, and they're not going to change. He is very simple man in a good way. I require a little bit more stuff. I require a little bit more stuff on a regular basis. And his spiritual growth and path doesn't, I'm behind. Let's just call it like that. I'm behind. It's
You're
one of
not
those things.
behind.
And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. It's just that, anytime my evolution is supposed to be a natural one. And I would have to like zoom light years. And it wouldn't seem as authentic if I tried to advance myself in such this way. It wouldn't really seem as natural to be what he needs for somebody to be. Like, he respects me and he values me as I am. And I know, like, as I become more able to surrender to whatever growth that I have going on as far as my life is concerned, he understands that. But to try and rush it would really, really ruin a lot of things. It would ruin a lot of things. So it's really more so about the fact of we're not the same. Like we can deal with each other as we are, but it's for a brief period of time. It's not it's not like he gets agitated with me or I get agitated with him. It's just that we don't do things the same. We can understand why we do what we do. We can understand and respect why we do what we do. But as far as that to be a perpetual space of us to be able to commingle and cohabitate, like it's not.
Right.
It's not quite. It's not quite the same. I can only grow as fast as what my journey is supposed to be.
Right.
And he's already in another space, and that's and he can't slow down. He can't slow down, and I can't speed up. And I understand that, and it's not something that he had to tell me. It was something that we just naturally understood. Okay. And he sees me growing leaps and bounds, like in the past couple of years, and it was to the point where he was like, "Girl, if you don't come down here, I miss you. Like, I need to experience this whole new plateau where you are." And I was like, okay, I don't know what I did, but okay. But I also still understand, like, in 2 years, I've changed. In 2 years, so is he. Like, it's always going to be here, in here. Like, he's here, but I'm, like, still here.
Right.
Unless, if we wind up on the same place at some time, like, hey, it'd be great. But, it's not there. And I'm not like, it's not like some type of hurt thing. I always know, like, if anything, we're friends. Like, that's not going to change in the game. If I'm like, I'm confused, please let me know if this is weird. Am I tripping? Like, okay, I'm dealing with this person. He on this bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. Is he on bullshit? Did I do something wrong? And he's like, he'll tell me like this probably, but nah. And you actually said what you need to say. So hey, I know. Okay, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's not me. Not really. Okay, fine. So we could talk about who we're interested in, to try and have in our everyday lives. Like we do that. And so I think it's wonderful. And I don't want to push it. Like I remember like first time, like I actually got maintenance and realized that I needed a master reset, or I needed, like, it was actually embarrassing. It was like, oh shit, I'm broken. I'm so fucking broken. It was so sad and I felt awkward, but then at the same time I was like, more please. Please. More please. Thank you. Like but also I knew, like, he was, as I understood him more as a person, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna
I
work.
just want to interrupt you briefly to point out, or not even point out, but make the comment, like, we as women know when we've hit that point where you're broken and you need care.
Yeah. And it busted me up because I was struggling, and I was hard body struggling, and I didn't even know, because like I didn't even realize what he was trying to offer me for real.
Mm-hmm.
I was in denial. I did what I was used to doing.
Right. And that's the
I did what I
problem.
was used to doing. I performed when we
Mhm.
should have been sharing, and I missed that. And like, so the second time around, he was like, "Hey, we're sharing." And I was like, I don't want to be vulnerable. No, no. Like, we play. And he's
But
like, and it's like how like the aunt from Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's okay. I make lamb. Like,
But that's when it's maintenance sex. It's not just about the sex. It's maintaining you totally.
Yeah.
Spiritually, physically, and everything. So that's that's the difference. I want to just point. We don't just go sleeping with people, but it's a difference when you have maintenance sex, because you're maintaining your total body.
Like, I felt better about myself when I was like done. Like, not that I like usually sex, I don't feel one way or the other. Like, Tank feel all right. And I got my little, my freak tank got feel awesome. No, I actually felt better about myself as a whole human being. I was just like, I was walking around like that shit ain't never happened. I was like, oh, la 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 la.
I want everybody to know that's the difference. You're not just having sex, for an orgasm. But when you're in maintenance sex, you are reorganizing or realigning everything.
Calibrating, period.
Yeah, like you understand that this is a human exchange, and that you are a human, and so is the other person next to you. Like, you're actually, like, you're humans. What? Like, it's just, I think we forget that. Like, we're too busy chasing after like the climax. Like, we forget we're dealing with human beings, and we're being human beings. And that's what like the like it was like, hey, hi human, and like, and you're like, oh, like, and that's what happens.
And you see them, so that's like a whole nother energy exchange.
Like, it was intimate. Like, I was all jacked up. Like, I was having he I can't. I'm sorry. I had a moment. Okay. So I know, like, have you seen the movie Beyond the Lights? Like, well, like, it's like the superstar, like, she's like real done up all the time, she's a celebrity or whatever, and she had like the weave, and she cut her weave out, and all she had was just like her hair, like her actual natural hair, and been seen in years. And like the guy that she was with, like, saw her with her hair, just her natural, curly hair, and he came over and he got all in it, and he just kissed her hair.
Oh.
This nigga kissed my motherfucking curl pattern, bitch.
That's what I'm touching. Come back.
Come on back. Don't leave. Come back.
Why you had a nigga kiss your motherfucking curl pattern, bitch? Have you? I'll wait.
I've had somebody that love, you know how I feel. You know how I'm all about my hair, my wigs, and whatever. But when I had my natural hair out and that nigga grabbed my hair, I was like,
I got to for that. I got to.
Like, the way your shoulders touched up. It's like,
girl, my shoulders and my back arch. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. We got a couple of comments.
Yeah, I know I'm cut up just now. I'm sorry.
Has a mouth open emoji. It's no telling about what was said. We don't even know. And then he said, so what happens once you have been readjusted and no longer need/want the maintenance because you are, for lack of a better word, fixed?
And they live
I got after. Hey, Tilly, he says, I love that movie, Nate Parker. So yes. So you were about to answer this question, Ms. Dad?
Look at you. Go ahead.
Okay, so the thing about maintenance sex is it's not a one-time thing, because the way that we live our lives and run our lives and businesses is we always need a master reset. The only thing that will stop maintenance sex is when you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with maintenance sex in that kind of relationship is it rarely leads to a committed relationship for whatever reason. But it doesn't even end. It always builds out of friendship. So you always have that relationship, not necessarily an intimate, like boyfriend, girlfriend. That's my babe relationship. So the relationship will always be there, whether the maintenance sex stops or starts again.
True. Like I can't see myself not talking to him.
Right.
I can't see myself not, like, you know, he can have a whole partnership, whole relationship, whole get married, do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But we're still going to be cool, and we don't have to talk all the time. We don't talk all the time now. But when we do, it means something. And so, and that's enough for me. And honestly, we could never see each other naked ever again. Like, even still, like, when I got there, that wasn't even on the table. That was not the expectation. He was just like, come down here. That was it. He was like, whatever you decide to do or not do, completely up to you. This is your space, and you can be as safe as you want to be. But if you do, that's fine. Like, I had to be like, hey.
Like, that's a grown-ass man. I just want to that's a grown-ass man, right there.
Grown-ass man, you know. And, you know, it was his house, and it was, you know, he was all about creating a safe space. That is what he is about. And so, you know, it was more so like about, it's what do you want to do?
And you know, it's not enough of those types of people, men, allowing. Oh, you okay, best friend? Creating safe space.
All right, personal summer. It's fine. It's fine.
Fuck this summer. Fuck this summer.
Can't even came yet, like literally. So, Naja, from your artist standpoint, do you have anything cooking for us? I know you mentioned some possible tours. Of course, you know, COVID got us kind of messed up.
It is really one of those things where it's kind of like a reunion. Let's get happy. I haven't written anything. Like, this period has been a great time to do absolutely nothing, but to be exactly who I needed to be as far as like Naja Sheree Bayon, like do that. And be Naja the professional as far as like having my workspace be right, my living situation be right. This is the most stable I have been. And I try to take it as gratefully as possible because this was paved in blood. You know, folks have died during this period of time. So I'm taking advantage of this period to be a whole ass adult and handle my finances, handle my living situation, look after my family, and be present for my family instead of me just running around not figuring out, you know, kind of like winging it when I'm too old to be winging it. Like, you know, I can go and chase my dreams, but actually be organized and clear about that. So this period of time has been about Naja the individual. And then, you know, I can come back and have an artistic outlook on Naja be Naja, because Naja has been out here being Naja so that Naja be Naja can create some shit. I was looking at like my previous stuff that I was doing as far as like the chapbook I had in 2016, The Men Who Kept Me Busy. What does that look like for me now? What does that, you know, what would that turn into? And so like there's a lot of stuff that's on my mind, but I still have living to do before I can create it. But I do not mind coming out and just, you know, being at open mics again, you know, featuring again, and just coming out with stuff because everybody's going to be in a hurry to go outside. So let me go get this money and see my people. And because by the way, I'm coming down there in July 4th weekend. I'll be there. Because we know Linus' birthday is coming up, so I'm down there. Like, tickets already bought. Yep. Tickets already bought. Tickets already bought. I'm already.
Yes.
I'm there. So I mean, if anybody want to put me up before I have to spend this hotel money, whichever we're feeling, I might get one just because I like my space. And, you know, shenanigans. But whatever that situation is, go ahead, sis. So I just to tour and be around people and be back in open mic venues and just get my chops back as far as what I, you know, my material I already have, get reacquainted with that shit, you know, getting that back in order and coming, you know, out with some more things. Like, I'm in a space where, like, I got a life coach. I'm getting my shit together to be able to work that out. Like, I'm excited about working on me right now because soon creatively that's going to come out some kind of way.
Ooh.
I don't know what it is, but I'm sitting on something. I'm sitting on something dope.
Bring it on.
I'm sitting on something dope. I'm on some grown woman shit, and I'm sitting on something dope. And I want to make people laugh, and I want to make people think. And the think part is coming, and the laughter part it's still there. I'm not really concerned about it, but there's going to be some perspectives that I want to share. I just have to figure out how to put it. But I definitely am trying to shake away from what writer's block really is, the fear that what's in here actually whatever comes out on the paper will never be as good as what's in here. And I'm not like my wonderful other fellow friends and writers, like, my friend girl Genius told me, like, she was like, writer's block is the fear that whatever you write on paper was never as good as what's in here. And so I'm like, I'm not really concerned about it, not as much as I used to be. So I have to figure this out. So I think my biggest challenge are love poems and social commentary poems. Like, those are the poems I do not write very often. I got plenty of heartbreak. I got plenty of sex. I got plenty of like awkward relationship, family stuff. I have those things. I don't have love poems. I don't have social commentary.
Oh, wait.
Those are two very vulnerable things to cover. Yeah.
National Poetry Month is coming.
Yes, my 30. We gotta get this 30-30 popping, and I never made it through a full 30-30.
Come on.
I've gotten maybe 18, 20 days down, but I never got a full 30-30.
We did prompts on our Instagram the entire month. So we may do that this year. So
I start out strong, but somewhere around day 15, things just start to fizzle out.
Well, you've been recalibrated close to time, so maybe
we're getting there. I gotta take the pressure off, like I said.
We get these poems. Woo, praise the Lord. Okay, we got a couple of comments.
And then I got a question.
Okay. Veronica said, love you all. Hey, Veronica.
Hey, Ronnie!
And Salim said, bars. Of course, I don't know what we was talking about, but yes. Adrian said, oh, we're going to party on the 4th.
We're going to party, sis.
Okay. Elliot said, I'm super proud of you three beautiful Black women finding and living and loving who you are and letting the world know that you will not shrink to be digestible. Let them choke and continue to glow. Thank you, Elliot. Yes. Adrian said, yes, the work you do on you will come out in your work and help others. Amen. I'm all about that. All about that.
Choke to death. Like, because I've understood, like, on my worst day, I'd still be too much for you. On my worst day. When my shit, and trust me, when my shit was not hot, when it was raggedy, when it was struggling, when it was awkward, I was still too much for you. Trust me, I be on timelines, and this probably will come into a poem. I'm trying to tell you, this is like the one that's bubbling on my, like, right at the surface, like right now. I have been looking at previous people who are now married, have had children, who have been in my bed, who have been in my space, that could not handle me for whatever reason. There was something wrong with me, but who you have. I hate to be judgmental, no shade to my sister or whatever, but you like, darling. Darling. Like, and even still, we ain't even gonna talk about the sister, and I'm just gonna talk about dude. You've been toxic, you're still toxic, you're still trash. Yet somehow you are out here with relationships, hashtag relationship goals, hashtag Black love, and all this shit. I'm like, sir.
Hold it. Did you just say cash out relationship goals? Did you just say that shit?
I said hashtag relationship goals. You sit up here acting like y'all the perfect couple, act like you're the perfect couple. And some folks have grown, and it ain't none of my business to say. This is true. However, I know I'm like, I still have to school you. If you were to call me about advice, like you would still, if I let you, you'd still call me for relationship advice with your partner, your current partner.
You had to completely cut them off.
Or they know better. They just know better and they don't. They just know better and they don't. They wish they could, but they know better and they don't. So it's just like, And I'm sitting up here like single than a fucking Pringle, and I'm just like, God damn. But it's more so about the fact of I see you on the other side of fear. Like, you know, oh, the fear of Black women, you know, you're gonna be single the rest of your life. Nigga, I've been single, I've been by my fucking self. So like, it's like scared of what? What is already happening? Like, what are you? It's already happening, and I might as well enjoy this shit. I might as well enjoy this. Like, and that's the whole thing. Is like, and I be seeing some like dudes. I'm like, you know, and no shade, but I be looking like this is what you like. This is what you signed up. Like, you linked onto. Like, because you could never. You could never. Like,
Okay.
did you see this? Do you see? You could never. No. On my worst day, I was too much for you.
And that's the problem. Like, dudes, and this leads into my question. Like,
you don't want what you love. You don't want what's better. You want what you can handle. You want what you can manage.
Yeah, that part. And you know, as you being a female artist, you know, with your brand and whatnot, how do we navigate doing what we do?
Yeah, because that work, I'm killing it. I'm working killing like when I'm coming in your house, when I'm coming through your spot, and I got my laptop in my arm and I'm on the phone and I'm talking with vendors and stuff for just my regular 9 to 5, and then I am, you know, folks hit me up about this, or you happen to see, oh, I'm putting extra, you know, videos or whatever content should I decide to do so, or you know, like, or when we're out minding our Black ass business and somebody's like, oh, I remembered you,
right. And that intimidates dudes, because I've dated a dude that I went out to support him at his show.
Yeah.
And the DJ and everybody bigging me up. I'm like, no, I'm just here supporting my people.
I'm just minding my business.
But they couldn't handle that. Like, how did, I don't even know it, but that's a question, because it happens to all of us because we do what we do. But like, why? Why do we have to unpack that for the person that we're with? Like, if you're dope, I'm dope. Like, why can't we just be dope together? Why does my dopeness have to submit to yours?
Our relationship shouldn't be a competition.
Right. It isn't a competition. It isn't a competition. Like, I'm not, like, my competition is me 5 years from now. I'm not competing with you. I'm competing with me 5 years from now.
Right.
I'm just trying to get there. I'm trying to get there, whatever the fuck that is. And that can change. That is subject to change.
Right. It's an evolution.
That's subject to change. I really am not in a place of that. And, you know, and I've listen. I've dealt with quite a few artists as well. I've made them better. Let's not say we'll let that be. And so I've made some of them better. I've just done what I wanted to do, however I wanted to do it. And it worked. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. It didn't really matter. Sometimes it's like, I'm not sitting here trying to be a star. It's just more so about like this artist to keep me from losing my shit, from like losing my righteous mind. This is just to keep me sane and to have me really feeling like I'm not just my work, or I'm not just my familial status. Like there's other things to me. So like the other things that are in my mind, this is how I get it off. This isn't really about, oh, me killing the game or being seen every time I go. Like, this is just me just trying to use everything God gave me, and how it works is how it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. This is what this is. Right. So I'm not going to leave it alone because it's just, you know, part of how I am. But at the same time, like my definition is not to be somebody's partner. That isn't all that there is to me. I wasn't made just for that. No.
I was made in a supporting role. Like, I have my role, you have your role. So let's roll together. But oftentimes people don't view that. Like, and I hate to say it, but a lot of men don't view that. They're like, I'm here, I'm leading this household, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to be great. You can recognize that she's great, but recognize me first.
Yeah. And it's just like, no, that's your responsibility. Like, you know, and plus you don't want that responsibility anyway. You don't want to be my entire world anyway. It's too much pressure for you. So what's the deal? Like you don't want to be in the center of it, but at the same time, you don't want anything else to be the center of it. Pick a struggle, make it make sense, please. Like I'm responsible for facilitating my own happiness. So therefore, because I have to take care of myself first before I can really be of any use to anybody else. I can't be what you need me to be until I be what I need to be for self and handle my own shit and my self-satisfaction and whatever. I can't be wrapped up waiting for your validation of whatever it is you're doing. Because trust me, you ain't thinking about me. Not like that, not that fully
Right.
to that extent. You're not. It's
Right.
not like you're a bad person. You can go and do that because you can go and do that. So what's good for the goose is good for this gander over here. Like I'm going to do this. And you know, and when we get together, it's gonna be dope because we're at peace who we are as individuals. I'm not intimidated by what you're doing. And you're not intimidated by what I'm doing. The best couples I've seen are people who understand who they are as individuals.
Right. And that don't
That's
try to
me.
manage each other. You
No.
manage the world. Y'all are together managing the world, not each other.
Exactly. I like seriously, I've sat in weddings where marriage is still there in existence, and that is what they're doing. Anyone that has not done that, they're not like that's because one was really trying to manage the other. One was trying to literally manage the other. Any marriage that I've seen like strong foundation wise, it's because they understand what they are capable of and what they need to do as individuals. And they just so happen to be able to do it together. I know one couple, they actually work for the same organization together, but they do separate things within it. And so what they do even at work and what they do outside of work, as far as what their particular talents are, they have those things. So even though they're with each other all the time, like technically more or less, they're doing different things. So, that's how they operate. And they're just as strong as ever, unbothered as whatever, nothing outside can really bother them about what goes on between the two of them.
And
They're not too far apart and not too close together.
Right. It should be that way.
It really should be. It really should be. Unfortunately, it's not.
Because ego with the person that you're with. A lot of people put their ego over their spouse. So it's like, I understand they dope or whatever, but my ego says I need to be doper. I need to do more. And it's not the case. Like for me in my life, like I like to do what I do. I like my man to do what he do, but I like us to be together, planning to take over different types of things separately and together. I'm not looking to boost your ego. I'm not looking for you to boost my ego. I'm looking for us to be a team working towards a goal. But a lot of people just think like, oh, you a poet, you dope, you do dope shit, like, so you want to be better than me. Dude, I'm just being me.
It's one of the things. It's one of the things where you really have to unpack what the ego was there for. Because unfortunately, like ego was initially meant to protect us, and it can kill us too.
Right.
It can kill us, and so you have to think about what your ego was really doing. And you really have to break down, like you got to get to the impetus of what that was there. Like when did you get your ego and what was it protecting, and how it's gotten out of control.
Right.
Because now the same thing they're protecting you from is actually the same thing that's hurting you as well. So you have to really unpack, why did I need this ego in the first place? Why did I need it? Why did I need it? And because you do need it to a certain degree. Like when your ego is debilitating, that means you bought too many shares of your own hype. You cannot be a shareholder in your own hype. You can't do that.
Rewind that poetry, girl.
You cannot be a shareholder in your own hype. You can't. That's a problem. Because you're too damaging. It's too damaging. You can't be CEO and primary shareholder. Like you can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that at all.
Say that.
And so you have to understand, like, I got ego, like, and actually it's not even ego, it's bravado. And then if there is ego, like, because sometimes ego isn't just like a pompous thing. Sometimes it's just this protection. Like, ego can come out as anger. Ego, like, what am I protecting? And chances are usually it's like that little 4 or 5 year old little boy, little girl.
Right.
And you have to work out some things with that little 5-year-old boy, that little 5-year-old girl. And that's a conversation for y'all. Because it's hard to talk to a 5-year-old version of you that's been locked in this little case right here that your ego is protecting.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And your ego is this evil ass monster that's like, I will fuck you up if you hurt this little thing right here.
But the thing
And
was
somebody
already
has to protect it.
before.
It's already been hurt. Exactly. It's already been hurt. That's why it's there. It's like, no, this monster's like, no more you hurting this anymore.
Right.
And so unfortunately, it's been doing it for so long. So long. You can't, it's horrible. So you have to get that together. So sometimes it's like what you see people loving you is really, you see it as an attack. Now everything's, kind of like, certain, immune systems, attack on its own cells, all the good stuff. Like that's what happens. That's what ego does. It starts breaking down the stuff that's actually good. It's supposed to be there, because now it can't recognize it as what's supposed to be there. So it just starts attacking everything, good, bad, or otherwise. So like that's what happens, and that's unfortunately, and it doesn't matter if this is something that has to be checked, whether your partner's an artist as well, or if they're not, or if you have. That's why it's like important. Like this is all inside work. This is all inside work. All of this shit is inside work. There are moments like where if I feel like I'm unchosen, or if I feel like I'm not, I'm like, you know what, this is the time, like when I start feeling inadequate, when I start feeling small, it's like, oh, I gotta spend some time with myself, and I gotta fix some shit. Let's deal with what you feel like you're missing. Let's deal with and that's what I was feeling like. I've been trying to like find a partner and all this stuff, and people weren't right and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, well then, you know what? Instead of me feeling inadequate, let me get some shit together.
Right.
I was like, it's when I went and got my passport. It's when I went and got my driver's learner's permit. It's when I went and got a life coach. It's when I got I don't have time to realize I don't have time to focus on what everybody else is doing, because I literally have other stuff to do.
Right.
To the point where I can't even think about it. It's not even important. And I'm too wrapped up in what I need to do for me, for the benefit of my loved ones, the people who really matter. I can't even tell you. Like, yo, Nas, don't you feel some type of way about, this, that, and the third? Don't you feel some type of way about it? No, I really couldn't tell you. I've been doing this, and this. I really don't know. Right. I don't know. I think it's beautiful what that they're doing. I think it's great. But, as far as personally, like, I don't feel no ways about it, because I'm doing this stuff. I'm not saying it's better or if it's worse. I'm just saying that this is what I'm doing.
Right. You literally have your own shit going on.
Period. Yeah. And like at some point I will go back to that, but if I'm supposed to, I will. If I'm not, okay. And it's all good. It's all good. So it's just like that's the whole thing. It's like, okay, I'm not saying unbothered. It's just, because unbothered seems like, it's rude, because you really, if you're saying you're unbothered, you are. Right. You are. Like, yes, you are. Like, but it's just, I really, I can't tell you, can't call it. It ain't, and it ain't my place to call it.
So there's that. So, ladies, we are after 11 o'clock. We usually go.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay. I did want us to just briefly discuss how we met you.
Yeah.
Oh, story time. So, yes! So we're all part of this wonderful like Facebook, group, and we've had ES Erotica Slam, all this good stuff. And so our wonderful, tall angry oak tree, by the name of Elliot, that's what I call a tall angry oak tree. He really is gonna kick me. He's gonna kick me, and it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna be in July. Well, we got. I have tequila when you come down, so it's okay.
Yeah, he's gonna kick. He's gonna kick me. He's gonna fight me. Where's the kid alive? Bitch. He gonna kick me. Oh, so he brought Sam to the beach. Because we're all fantastic women and everything, but he was like, no, I ain't. I got some dope ass women who look dope as shit that can spit some fucking poetry too. Like first of all, let's talk about when you actually came into the room. Y'all came into the room. Because you ain't never heard this shit. This is just my perspective.
Okay, go.
This is about to be good.
Have you ever seen like that, like gif of when I think Migos were at the BET Awards and a fight almost broke out with them and somebody else, and there was a chick in the background that just leaned in and was like, "Oh, I'm here for this," like just straight being nosy.
Right.
That was my motherfucking ass. Because when y'all came through, like, no shade to the other sisters, please understand, but there were some women who were trying to be adullated appropriately, and you came and fucked their situation up. And I was just like,
Sorry, I'm good.
like, that was just me, like, oh, this is good. This is great.
Look, I got a question.
Me, I'm good. Like me, I'm good as who I am as a person. Like my awkwardness, that's for me in my prayer altar. You feel me? Like that's for me in my prayer closet. So I'm like, I ain't worried about nobody else. I got like my own shit is just a thing to manage in and of itself. Some folks ain't had their shit together. So and y'all was coming through looking like baddies, like like, and I'm like, oh, folks were not prepared for y'all.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, bitch. Like I was just like watching y'all, just like, oh, this is great. This is when I knew I was a whole sociopath, because I damn sure was like trying like all underneath the surface, like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Like, it was wunderbar. And like, and of course, Miss Dahlia being how she is, she way too much. She was it's like, whoa, like
She be cutting that real bad.
Cutting, see the kid like, cutting the fuck. And she already, she's like, it's cutting the fuck. It's just, you just going, okay. Like, that's how, like,
yeah,
like, it's just, and so, like, and you like, killing on the stage, killing it, like, body, like, bam, banging it, doing it, you living your best, like, and it's just, like, women would just be like, I can't do this. No. You could never. You could never. Like,
oh my God.
Because I noticed it. Like I know it's like y'all weren't making that many friends.
I don't like people.
Exactly. It ain't make you no never mind. You like people no way. But I know it's like and then to top it off, y'all kept each other's company. So you guys weren't even bothered. But I knew I was like, I think I was like the only one, like me and like maybe like 2 or 3 other people who were just like, yo, we kicking it. Yeah. And keep in mind, like I said, like I'm social butterfly with everybody because I was like organizing stuff and everything. So I was in my own head. But I did notice a few things on the sidelines. I was like, oh. Oh, people showing. Oh. I'm too busy to really care about this like I want to. That's where I was at. I was like, I got my own shit going on right now. But I'm noticing. I'm like, women are evil.
And so we were in Baltimore?
Yes. And then when I came down to Charlotte, the same shit went down. I'm just like, like that's when I knew I was sure, because then I was like really not. Because then I was slamming when I went down to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still like, always there's something on. Like I literally have other shit to do.
Yeah, you was focused.
Focus. Okay. And slamming is not something that I really do. And it was a 2-day situation that I was not prepared for. So I was in my head, hard body. And I was already going through like a shift as far as how I was going through life, period, anyway. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, I just happened to notice. I'm like, oh, like as soon as they saw your asses again, it was like, It was literally like everybody else is like, and I guess because I guess I'm part of the cool kids table. I ain't worried.
Like you were like when we went to those places, it was like I watch people, and I'm like, oh, I might like you. I'm gonna watch you though. So like you know, a couple other people were like, I might fuck with you. All right.
Mm-hmm. Like you already knew, I was just like, I'm just going this. I'm neurotic and mildly sociopathic at the same time, and I'm just letting my traumas work for me, and I've just learned to make my traumas work for me and to wear them well and not have them be somebody else's fucking problem if I can help it. But in the meantime, in between time, At the same time, I was like, I ain't got time to really address, and sometimes like some people aren't prepared to hear certain things. So I'm just like, I'm not even gonna sit up here and try to have conversations with other people because it really ain't that deep to me. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hang out with them because she's peaceful. Like it. I just
You know what I'm saying? Man, ain't bothering nobody. Just chill.
Ain't bothering nobody. You out here just being dope as fuck and just be
shit.
You just out here being dope ass bitch, being Poetic Divas LLC. Like you just
respect on it.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing is like it hurts them to put some respect on it. It is like they had to they got small, and I was just like, oh okay, I ain't worried about it, but I'm just like y'all really, oh okay,
I mean,
I'm chilling with them.
At the end of the day, nobody took no dick out their mouth, so why they mad? But I digress.
I'm just like, because everybody, like, dudes was just vibing with you, and it's like, and how we deal with male energy is all different. Like, Nakita, you do things differently. Sally, you do things differently. I do things differently. I'm like, we're out, but at the same time, there are times where I need my time. I'm not going to say that I'm an introverted person because I am not. But
I am.
Yeah. You're very much an introverted person. I'm a high ambivert, but there are times where it's like there's certain things that I just didn't feel like dealing with. It wasn't even about like just being introvert and I just don't fucking feel like dealing with the shit.
And you don't have to.
Because I'm prone to two-piecing people and cursing people the fuck out. So I'm just, I'm getting up in age where I'm coming closer and closer to doing that shit. I used to be able to be chill in my younger years. I ain't got it now. Because I'm like, I pay bills and I own certain things and you just can't talk to me a certain type of way. So I can't.
I might have some hot flashes. Please.
Like, yeah, exactly. I ain't even got the hot flashes yet. I'm just like, no, motherfucker. Like, I have my own place and I take care of like 2 other grown people and a minor, and I own a motherfucking crock pot. And
you ain't no company.
I got Disney, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Netflix, and you ain't gonna talk to me in your fucking way. Like,
you're not gonna be period.
No,
that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yep, that's on the little lamb that Mary had. You ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that's on Wheels on the Bus go around. You ain't gonna talk to me in your fucking kind of way.
Shoot.
And I got bomb ass pussy. You ain't gonna talk to me in your fucking kind of way.
You ain't even got Amazon Plus. You on your mama damn shit.
Exactly. Like you just like no baby, niggas on my shit. Like no, I got 4 different profiles. Like I got the deluxe shit. I got like 4 or 5 people on my shit. You ain't talking me in your kind of way. What do you mean? Like that's where I am at this age now. See, when I was 20, I was peaceful.
Humble even. Just humble.
I was peaceful until it reached the absolute breaking point. I'm already like, try it.
What? Don't come to me if you ain't got 401k.
Exactly. Like I don't want.
And you need to learn how to run this stock market.
Exactly. Like you ain't got a halfway decent Bitcoin. Fuck on my face. Like this is that's where I'm at. But like sometimes I'm like, okay, I just want to, I just just like get.
Oh,
we got comments though.
Yeah, we do. So let's go to these comments. She's back. I don't know what happened.
I was touching things I wasn't supposed to be touching. I'm sorry. That's how I get in trouble. That's how I got in trouble in my 20s and shit, my early 30s. Touching shit I know, right?
You know better. But we got comments because people are just loving it. This is
just not being silly. Please don't.
So Adrian Charleston said this at 10:52, and I feel like she done went night on us.
She probably did.
I met her. She old lady gang. That's cool.
But it does. She said, do the love poems about love for yourself.
And that's a hard thing to unpack right now. All of it. So, like love for self, love for somebody else, like knowing the fact of like I'm not fully experiencing it. And that's what I'm coming in terms of right now. The fact that I'm not fully experiencing it.
Okay.
I have a consideration for myself, but not the full-on love that I need. There's consideration.
Right.
Which I never had before. I didn't even have that. Like, just to consider yourself. as the primary option, as the priority.
Because we're so nurturing in our nature. We
that.
don't reverse that, and that's what makes it hard. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So I'm just in a place where I'm just learning to consider myself.
But we
And that's strong enough.
We
Like,
gonna
it could be so much more, but yeah.
right.
But the consideration. Who else? What else?
And Candace, she is back with us. I hope she's still here. I don't know. She said the tribe of the people watchers. That was good.
Yeah, because she won. Because Lord knows we was vibing. Me and her,
we were just like, all right, I said I might fuck with you, I would fuck with you and fuck with you. The rest of these people, I don't know. Like, that's what
that's you.
Oh, they was over there with her. I was like, what? Who that? Oh, okay, never mind.
right.
And
You were like, oh, Naja's there. Never mind. You were like, oh, Naja's there. Oh, okay. Because that's pretty much how some people be like, she like, oh, Naja's.
Y'all gotta let me get these comments.
Oh, okay, shut up. Okay.
Hashtag Candace said, make your traumas work for you. And she also said, word, I don't come to your job knocking dick out your mouth, so why are you mad? Damn right.
Who said that?
Candace said that. And she's here with us. She said she's still here with us. But you know, we real late. Like, we real overtime, Naja.
I know, we out here playing. I'm sorry.
But you know.
I'm just trying to get every last bit of this makeup out. Like, y'all gonna get all this. Like, all this. Like, so I just want to, like, trust me, there will be selfies. I got to send them to, like, my MUA. Be like, bitch, do you see it? Do you see it?
Did you see? I did.
There's contouring. There's glow. There's. Yes. I'm going to send this to niggas who mad.
Oh, niggas that don't want to talk to you no more because they big mad? Oh.
Oh.
They can't come around no more.
Look,
they have to settle. They have to settle for my friendship.
They ain't even settling for that because they think they should be more than friends. Like,
but when you had that, ain't know what to do with it now, did you? So you have to settle for my friendship. Sit on the bench with the rest of the motherfuckers who have to settle for them. You settle for my friendship.
Play music, soul child. Settle for my love. Play it. Learn it. Commit it to memory. Settle for my love.
So, see, we ain't been focused. We also didn't mention to the people.
Yes, only Nakita has.
That we have a Cash App here because we would like to bless our guests.
Yeah.
With a love offering. So if anyone is still watching that would like to contribute, please Cash App us at $ Poetic Divas LLC.
Yes. Because also keep in mind, I do have COVID, so I'm running around here sick as a dog. You don't even know. I never made COVID look so good.
She got COVID out here dressed up. So listen, she need to get some DoorDash and things delivered. She can't go out.
It's expensive.
So listen, help us bless her because we appreciate her hanging out with us, chopping it up. We done talk all types of trash, but we about to go to bed.
Old lady gang.
Look, I got a whole grandbaby. Yes, I'm an old lady.
What?
Yes.
This is my grandma?
Yes.
I can't.
I've been a grandma for 2 weeks and 2 days.
What? What kind of sorcery is this? Dahlia, did you know your best friend is a grandma?
I knew when my goddaughter said, "Hey, godmom, I'm pregnant." I said, "Oh, well, what we gonna do?"
Yes, we gonna have.
What's already been done? Shit. Like, what are we doing?
And you know, when the Lord says the same, we're gonna release some pictures of this beautiful child.
Mm-hmm. She is so gorgeous. She is so gorgeous.
Oh, so what you're saying is there's another little small human larva ready to take my money because clearly the cuteness. I can't be a parent right now. I've already reached reckless auntie status.
Look,
I'm reckless auntie right now.
I'm the fun auntie. I'm auntie to dogs, cats, and children. I don't discriminate. So
I'm starting to feel the reckless auntie come out of my being. And basically means that I'm 15 years away from being counterproductive grandma. That's
You
what
know,
this is.
I love that fact. Like, I love being auntie, whatever. But I also like to be old enough to know that I'm not gonna have no more kids. Like that
That's
right
where I
there.
am right now. Ain't no more. So I'm in full blown reckless auntie
Right.
status.
It's
Like
amazing.
your kid will be alive. Now, has the child learned any horrible habits? Probably. Shit that I wouldn't let my own kid get away with. But that's not the point right now.
See, absolutely not.
See,
I can't
that's
say
why
that.
that's why I can't have no more kids, Joe. I ain't got no business having no more babies.
I got 3 more comments from Candace.
No.
Because she talking to us. These folks is ready to go to bed. I ain't gonna keep fooling with y'all. She said, little dicks with big dick energy, and that's a whole fucking fallacy.
And it's ashy too.
And
It should be ashy too.
she said,
Ask you a razor bump. Shit.
So y'all gonna let me read these comments. Y'all mad disrespect. And she also said, just fraudulent out here. And she said, yes, grandma. And you know what? I decided that I will be grandma. I am fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama is gonna be big mama.
All right. Big mom. That's what's up.
Okay, good night. We love y'all. Poetic Divas LLC. Put some respect on it. Thank you, Naja B. Naja, for rocking out with us.
Send us
See
money.
y'all in July.
So we can send it to her. Send us money so we can send it to her.
Right. And y'all follow her and just
at Naja B.
enjoy her.
Naja. Yes. And I'll see y'all heifers in July.
Oh, the fuck up. We cutting the fuck up.
Oh, bitch. Oh, you don't even. Oh, don't let us be able to raw dog air. It's a fucking